What up and welcome to the Beneath the Dirt podcast. I'm your host, Rome Bone. Thank you for tuning in. We are like balls deep in the middle of July right now. It's hot as fuck outside. How the fuck is everybody doing out there? Thank you for tuning in. Episode 92 of the show. A whole bunch of new music dropped this week. A little bit of speculation on my part of what could be happening over there at Majik Ninja Entertainment. But first, I just want to remind everybody, go check out the brand new playlist, the Beneath the Dirt anniversary playlist. Updates every Friday with albums that celebrated a birthday that week, up on Apple Music and Spotify. Link is in the description. Follow if you ain't followed yet. A lot of dope music, getting a lot of dope feedback from it. And these playlists play out pretty fucking dope. You go from 50 Cent to Johnny Richter to 311, whole bunch of shit. It's really dope. These playlists are fresh. So go follow that if you haven't followed it yet. And on to new music. This week we got brand new music from the Butcher, Benny the Butcher. He dropped his brand new track this week. Excuse me. And this track is fucking fire. Produced by Derringer. Benny the Butcher out here killing it. He's got his label compilation, the BSF compilation, Black Soprano Family, dropping at the end of the month. His new track, Deal or No Deal, is fire. Kind of sounds like he has a cold. Rapping on this track, sound a little nasally on here, but still fire. Derringer, one of the illest producers to come up in the last few years, if you ask me. I dig this track. Big fan of Benny. He's saying after the BSF compilation dropping at the end of the month, he's going in for the rest of the year, getting ready to drop some solo shit. I'm ready for it. It's been over a year since the Plugs I Met dropped, and that EP was great. His last project before that was Tana Talk 3. Out of Griselda, he's been putting out the least amount of work. I can't say that he's putting in the least amount of work because I don't know what he's doing behind the scenes. I can only imagine he's grinding. He's got a label deal with BSF. But output-wise, he hasn't been putting out that much stuff. Kind of disappointing, but maybe he's just getting it right, getting it perfect. I'll wait. Conway's keeping me fucking fed right now. I know Westside Gun putting out tons of shit as well. So go peep that. Deal or No Deal. New track from Benny the Butcher if you ain't peeped it yet. Fucking fire. Derringer kills it. Keeping it with the New York shit. If you listen to the Joe Budden podcast, you know one of the dudes on there, Parks. He records, engineers, mix and masters. He did the Prime albums. I know he did the last Gangstar album. Pretty sure he did the Slaughterhouse stuff as well. Engineered, mixed and mastered, all that. I had no idea this dude was a producer. I thought he was just, engineer, like I said, behind the boards, tweaking it. But this dude put out a new project with a rapper I'm not familiar with, Passport Gift. It's called No Vaccine. Come to find out, this is like their second or third project together. And this is dope. The production on here from Parks is fucking fire. I didn't know this dude was capable of producing like this. Really good shit. I've been bumping a lot of New York underground stuff lately. And this fits in right in with that theme. Really dope. You got features on here from Graf and Riggs. Riggs is dope. I just found out about Riggs this past week as well. His project with Mooch and Big Ghost. Fire. So the guest features on here. Rashid Campbell's on here as well. 11 tracks, 21 minutes. Very short, but straight to the point. Very dope. Love the cover on here. I have to check out the other projects that they got out. But I haven't got a chance to check them out yet. Been bumping this one. Fire. Check it out if you ain't heard it. I'm pretty sure you probably never heard of them. I ain't never heard of them outside of Parks being on the Joe Budden podcast. But that's a fire EP. And then we got an announcement from DJ Hoppa. DJ Hoppa is putting out Hoppa and Friends 2. I believe it's dropping early August. I want to say maybe August 7th. I don't have the release date offhand, but it's dropping early August. And he's got a whole bunch of people on here. This is the cover art right here with all the guest features on it. And then you got the track list itself. You know, DJ Hopper, formerly of Funk Volume, back in like what, 2011, maybe 2012, when Funk Volume was signing people. Dizzy Wright, Jaron Benton, Swizz was on the label, Hobson, of course. All those people are on here. You got Hobson on here, a track by himself. He's the very last song on here. Time Out. Swizz is on here. Jaron Benton, Dizzy Wright, Demrick, Razcast, Greaves is on here. Chris Webby. Chris Webby's dope. I fuck with Chris Webby. Not too familiar with his shit, but everything I've heard from him's pretty good. And a few other people that I haven't heard of before. Mad Child's on here. Ritz is on here. Solid lineup from DJ Hopper for Hopper and Friends 2. Never heard the first one. I don't even know who's on the first one. So I have to go back and check that out at some point. But DJ Hopper, Hopper and Friends 2 coming out soon. Pre-orders are up for that shit right now. I don't think he's dropped any singles from it yet, but go peep that. I know he's a West Coast dude. Funk Volume, that was all West Coast shit. Outside of Jaron Benton, he was from Georgia. But keeping it West Coast, Trizz. We talked about Trizz a couple weeks ago. He dropped a track with Ouija Mac. That was fucking fresh. And he put out his brand new album, Black Suburban Music. Does not feature the track with Ouija Mac on here. And that song is not on Pretty Ugly, which is Ouija Mac's project, dropping this Friday, actually. But he got features on here from Cocaine, Brother Lynch Hung, X-Rated, Nocturnal, like West Coast legends. And if you love classic West Coast shit, that G-Funk kind of vibes, this album is fucking dope. I listened to it once through, and I was just bumping it before I started the show. Got about halfway through it. 13 songs, 35 minutes. I love these short releases. I used to complain about short releases, but I've really come to love these short albums because you play it, you hear it, it's dope. Bring that shit back. Play it again. Fuck these 20-song albums. Too long. I'm on the short attention span list with all the IGers and, internet, all that. But classic West Coast sound from Trizz. Pretty sure he's like Brother Lynch's nephew. Something like that. Talked about that before. I can't remember the direct relation to Brother Lynch. But I love that West Coast sound. So I took a break on Friday and just a little earlier from bumping that grimy New York shit that I've been bumping heavy the last week and a half to bump some of that West Coast Trizz. And this shit is dope. And it's Stevie Stone of Strange Music. He's got his new album, Black Lion, dropping August 7th, 2020. It's been a couple years since this dude dropped a full-on solo project. I know he did that project with JL, which was actually pretty good. Saw him put this news out earlier this week, but Stevie Stone finally dropping that full length. Seems like Strange Music took a little bit of a break with the whole quarantine thing. Stopped dropping as many EPs because they were going hard as fuck in the beginning of the year. And then the whole quarantine thing hit and everybody slowed down. Not just Strange. Everybody slowed down with their output. I kind of think that you want to put out music at this time because everybody's at home, not doing shit. But who knows the logistics behind it. Stevie Stone, Black Lion, August 7th, 2020. Let's go to Suburban Noise. Finally, a Suburban Noise kind of OG. I mean, he was putting out albums back in 2004. Big B and the Felons Club dropped Welcome to the Club. If you like country rap, this is for you. I haven't listened to it. I have no plans on listening to it. But I do fuck with Big B. I think he's a cool motherfucker. I like his previous work. His High Class White Trash Renegade. Those early albums are really good. I still fucking bump those every once in a while. But this country rap thing that he's doing, I'm not a big fan of the whole country rap thing. I don't like when a lot of people do it. I don't think he really pulls it off that well, in my personal opinion. But it's out now. Welcome to the club. Big B and the Felons Club. It's just nice to hear some new shit coming out of Suburban Noise. We got the Suburban Noise reboot, and really the only thing to drop since the whole reboot was announced pretty much a year ago, or coming up on a year ago at this point, has been, I think, Whitney Payton's album and this album right here. I don't think they've put out anything else on Suburban Noise since the relaunch has gone down. Almost complete silence from Cottonmouth Kings. We got that shitty D-Lo solo track that they dropped on 420. I think it was 420. That song was not good at all. Very bad. No news about Saint Dog other than he's free and he's home. Ever since we got that announcement, it's been fucking silent as hell on Saint Dog. I did see something about Suburban Noise posted up on Facebook actually a couple days ago saying that D-Lo and Johnny Richter are hard at work on the new Cottonmouth Kings. I commented asking if Saint Dog is still in the group or not. No reply. If Saint Dog is not in the group, it's not Cottonmouth Kings. Especially when D-Lo and Richter have their own group called King Spade. The shit is King Spade. It's not Cottonmouth Kings. In my opinion, you need at least 3 members. I know DJ Product is on the turntables and shit, but I don't know if he's actually contributing anything musically to the group other than scratches and then him being a tour DJ for them. Cottonmouth Kings used to consist of D-Lo, Richter, Saint was in the group on their debut album. He left, Richter came in, Daddy X, DJ Bobby B, Pakalika, and Lou Dog. 6 dudes in the group, and now it's just 2 when it's really just King Spade. I hope Saint Dog's in the group. I've complained about it, said it before. No idea what's going on. I saw some when Saint Dog got out, D-Lo was shouting out Saint Dog when the entire time that Saint Dog was locked away. D-Lo was not holding down Saint Dog, nor was Johnny Richter. Everybody else was holding down Saint Dog. Force 5 Records, which Saint Dog is signed to, is holding down Saint Dog heavy. Suburban Noise, SRH, they were holding down Saint Dog, but nothing from Cottonmouth Kings, King Spade, whatever you want to call it, D-Lo and J. Rick. Little to nothing. Pretty sure it was nothing about Johnny Saint Dog the entire time he was locked away. It's kind of fucked up. You got to hold your mans down, especially if he's in the fucking group. Hold your fucking mans down while he's locked away. Suburban Noise tangent aside, Big B's new album, Big B and whatever. Go peep it. Country rap. Thumbs down from me. Let's go underground wicked shit. Crossworm, the dude who does the intro and outro music for this show, dropped his brand new album, Eat the Week. I had no idea this dropped. I just randomly seen somebody else post about it. I don't even know. I can't even remember where I saw it, but nothing on his social medias that I saw until, after I already had found out that it was released. Little to no promo for it. He did a GoFundMe for it, which I backed because I support Crossworm 100%. Crossworm's that dude. I did get an early preview of this album a couple months ago. If you if you contributed to the GoFundMe for this album, which was essentially a pre-order, he sent an early version of the album with like half-finished songs, stuff like that. So from what I remember hearing of it a couple months ago, it sounded pretty good. I fuck with Crossworm. It's like industrial hip-hop. A lot of people don't know this dude. I think he's criminally underrated, and people need to know this dude. If you like the industrial sound with rap, He sings on his shit too. I think his singing is his best part vocally. I do fuck with his raps for sure, but when he's singing, it's super dope. Haven't got a chance to listen to this album yet because I've been bumping just so much other shit. A lot of music came out this week, but I definitely look forward to doing it. One of my favorite artists in the underground ever, Crossworm. His new album, Eat the Week, up on all digital service providers. Apple, iTunes, Spotify, all that shit. Go peep it. Crossworm is that dude, and he's fucking talented as fuck. And the music sounds crisp and clean because he's an amazing engineer. And then let's go to some lyrical snuff shit as I spit fucking everywhere. Lyrical snuff. The day I drop my podcast and Scum drops the pre-orders for his new album, Damian Quinn drops pre-orders for his album. I didn't even know he was coming out a new album. I'm still waiting for that fucking Dark Half album to come out. Where's Dark Half? But Damian Quinn, he's got a pre-order up on LSP's web store for I Love Kenosha, but Fuck This City, his new album. I like Dark Half. I fucked with Gino's solo shit. His album, A Beautiful Curse, was great. Very hard to listen to, though, under the circumstances in which he passed, but it was a great album. Damian Quinn's solo stuff, not really for me, but I fuck with Dark Half. What they've contributed to the horrorcore genre, culture, can't be denied. Graveyard Blues is one of the best horrorcore albums of all time. So I gotta show love to Damian Quinn of Dark Half. So go pre-order that. I don't know the release date for it, but it is up for pre-order, dropping soon. Keeping it underground. Darby O'Trill, Devereaux, dropped the EP Piecemeal. I got a chance to listen to this one. I listened to it once through. Not bad. It's Devereaux. Devereaux produces all Ouija Max shit, so it is that trap, dark kind of sound. Darby O'Trill with the wicked shit over it. New generation wicked shit right here. I've known Darby O'Trill for a minute. I know he supports the show. He supports this kind of, my content. I remember him being in the Wicked Shit Wednesday chat rooms, when I was doing the Wicked Shit Wednesday shows. So shout out to Darby O'Trill. And he's got features on here from Scum. Scum's on the album. Ouija Mac is on here as well. Not a bad project. 11 songs, 35 minutes. I know he's got another project coming out with Darby O'Trill and Devereaux got another project coming out soon, but they just dropped Piecemeal up on all digital service providers. Artwork is pretty fresh. The lettering kind of reminds me of some Beavis and Butthead shit. And then it's just warped and twisted, like the cover. I don't know what to make of it, but it's fresh to my eyes. I like it. It's not a bad sounding EP. Go peep that if you like that dark trap, wicked shit sound, kind of similar to what Ouija Mac does. And he is on this EP. So go peep that. Shout out to Devereaux. Amazing production on here. Back to some lyrical snuff shit. Class Hex Rated dropped Volume 1 of VLNC, Violence. Haven't got a chance to listen to it yet because I was bumping that Trizz, that Passport Gift, and Parks, and the Darby O'Trill shit because I was just curious to what Darby was doing. But from what I'm hearing of Violence, Class, and Hex Rated, this shit is just in your face. I actually did hear a few previews of it. I heard the God shit track that they leaked, and I peeped out the listening party that Chuck Reeves did. Shout out to the homie Chuck Reeves up on his YouTube channel. And it don't sound bad. It sounds like what everybody's saying. In your face, hardcore, straight to the fucking point. So I'll be peeping this out at some point. Violence. I can only imagine it is violent fucking music. Shout out to Class and Hex Rated. And that's pretty much it for new music, other than the new Welcome to the Underground. Welcome to the Underground. I wish I had the logo up here, but Majik Ninja mid last week was teasing a new artist signing to the quote unquote Welcome to the Underground. Now, if you're familiar with Majik Ninja and you buy all their hard copies, physical CDs, they have a series of Welcome to the Underground. I know Axe Murder Boys released Cut and Stitch, The Unforgiven Forest. ROC did bits and pieces, I think. Gmo put out a couple projects through Welcome to the Underground. Twiztid's put out some shit through the Welcome to the Underground label. If you look at the back of the CD, it's like a shield with the Welcome to the Underground logo. And actually, the Underground Avengers Anomaly 88 came out through the Welcome to the Underground label, which I didn't know until class pointed it out when I was talking about the whole Welcome to the Underground thing up on Twitter. So that was interesting to see that Underground Avengers was released through Welcome Through the Underground, which is now a sub-label of Majik Ninja Entertainment, similar to what Hatchet House was to Psychopathic. If you remember Hatchet House back in the day, I'm pretty sure Axe Murder Boys were relegated to fucking Hatchet House. DJ Clay was on Hatchet House. Maybe Mikey Clark's EPs came out or albums came out on Hatchet House. I don't quite remember. So the sub-label to Majik Ninja is Welcome to the Underground. And the first artist that they announced was Oh the Horror. A bunch of people were speculating what the group that's signing to this Welcome to the Underground imprint was going to be. I was saying Echo, who was on the Mad Season album, or Hyro the Hero. I saw speculation of Anybody Killer, and I actually did see somebody or a couple people say Oh the Horror. And if you actually followed Oh the Horror on Instagram, you would have known it was them. They did a whole fucking countdown. But I don't follow Oh the Horror. I'm not a fan of the music. So I had no idea, but if I followed them, I would have known. But Oh the Horror, a horrorcore metal hybrid band. They were on the NetFest On Your Couch pay-per-view. That was last month, I believe. It's shitty horrorcore mixed with decent metal. When they're doing the metal part in the screams, sounds dope. But once he gets into the rapping, has that kind of generic horrorcore voice, and ABC kind of flows. Not really for me. I'd like to see what they're going to do with this Welcome to the Underground label. There's mad underground dudes that they could sign. It seems like they're really trying to reach for like these super unknown dudes. If you go to their page, they only have a few thousand followers. Similar with Gorilla Voltage. When they signed Gorilla Voltage, they were going by Damn Dirty Apes. A lot of people didn't even know who the fuck they were. I didn't know who they were. Turned out they were really dope. I fucked with Gorilla Voltage. Sucks that they're no more, is what it is. But this signing right here, Oh the Horror, is not for me. Like I said, shitty horrorcore with decent metal. I like the metal parts when he's screaming. The look is okay. The gimmick thing is just kind of worn out at this point, if you ask me. Dudes I would like to see signed to the Welcome to the Underground label. I'd like to see Hyro the Hero, Echo, but Echo just put out an album, if I'm not mistaken. But then you got dudes I've been listening to for years. Crossworm, who I just talked about earlier with his new album that he just dropped. Mega talented, super engineer, puts out great music. Gruesome is a dude I've been fucking with since he dropped, what was it, Gruesome 2.0? no, Donnie Darkflow 2.0. That album was amazing. And that dude puts out consistently good music. I'd like to see Gruesome, Low Key, even though I'm sure Low Key's good on his own, doing his own independent thing by himself. I'd like to see Low Key get a record deal. That would be perfect for Welcome to the Underground. But it seems like, based on the signing with Oh the Horror, they're really going for these really unknown, unheard of guys. That's why I say Hyro the Hero, Echo. Those dudes are very unknown. You go to their pages, they only have a few thousand followers. So, although not for me, I see people rocking out with the signing that they got. Curious to see what they're going to do with this, how long this label's going to last. It always seems like the the sub labels of these already independent labels don't last that long. Like we talked about Hatcha House with Psychopathic back in the day, didn't last very long. And don't forget Axe and Smash. Axe and Smash was the rock label. They put out Zug Island's second album. They had UMZ. I forget what the acronym was for, but it was UMZ. They put out MC Breeds the Prescription. And that didn't last long outside of that one album. We know Strange has It Goes Up Entertainment. Strange is a much bigger label than Majik Ninja. And they got Jelly Roll on there. Jelly Roll is like, seems like that dude's steady climbing. He's not unknown at all. He's very known. Dude sells out all the venues he plays at. But let's see where this Welcome to the Underground thing's going. Who they're going to sign in the future, if they're going to sign anybody at all. Oh, the Horror. The track and the album is called Halloween 365. So it is that horrorcore wicked shit with metal mixed in. And the pre-orders are up on Majik Ninja's web store to get that, the hard copy. Pre-orders are up on iTunes, all that. So if you haven't checked it out, if you like metal, you like horrorcore, maybe it's for you. Not really for me, though. But I'm interested to see where the Welcome to the Underground albums are gonna, the label is gonna go. And then Majik Ninja, steady teasing solo albums from Jamie Madrox and Monoxide, both of them. Now, supposedly, Monoxide is already in the studio working on a solo album right now. So let's add a little bit of speculation to it, because we got this post from Majik Ninja last week. They posted this picture of Monoxide with the caption, "Who would want to hear another Monoxide solo project?" Right here. I've been calling for a Monoxide solo project since fucking Abominations, when this dude leveled up to fucking 11, and he's been killing it since. They even posted up this graphic, an old school graphic from the Chainsmoker era, the advertisement for his first solo album. So they're asking people if they want another Monoxide solo project, and then they're going back, posting up the old advertisement for Chainsmoker. Like I just said, he's allegedly in the studio right now working on a solo project. We know Twiztid's working on a rock project and another rap project for 2020. But then Majik Ninja posts this as well. Who would want to hear? No, what does it say? I can't read it on the screen. I got to pull it up. I think it says, should Jamie Madrox do another solo album? All right. There's been no talks at all, from what I remember, of Jamie Madrox being in the studio, or I don't even really hear people saying or hooting and hollering for a Jamie Madrox solo project. So we get two images from Majik Ninja. Should Monoxide do a new solo project? And should Jamie Madrox do a solo project? What I've been calling for, and what I think would be super dope, is if Twiztid did what Outkast did with Speaker Box and The Love Below, a double album, one disc solo project from Monoxide, the other disc a solo project from Jamie Madrox. They're posting this. Monoxide supposedly recording shit. Is Jamie Madrox recording solo stuff right now as well? They ain't touring. They ain't got shit else to do. I know Jamie Madrox is doing the podcast with Blaze every week. But outside of that, and maybe an interview here and there, outside of that, what else they got to do but be in the studio right now? And why the fuck not? Because Mad Season was such a dope album from Twiztid. Their best album since Abominations. Why not crank out all this music? Could it be too much? Could it be overload? We'll find out whether the music is good or not. That'll depend if it's too much or not, because if they start putting out subpar shit, then people, including myself, will be complaining, why are you putting out so much fucking music? Especially when it's not that good. But Mad Season was so dope. I love the direction that they're going in. I love the sound of that album. Have Madrox do a rock project. Have Monoxide do a rap project. You know? Is that what they're doing with what they're, Twiztid with these albums? Is Madrox working on a solo rock project? I'd fuck with that. Probably pretty heavy. Hungry Like the Wolf was dope. Not super rock sounding, but I think Madrox sounds better over the rock shit than Monoxide does. And Monoxide just been rapping his ass off, leveling up, steady leveling up. Both of them leveling up. I'd love to see solo projects for both of them, especially Monoxide, in my personal opinion, just because he's been fucking killing it since Abominations. And I would just love to hear what he could bring with good production, too. Don't get it fucked up. Get some 7 production. Get that Young Wicked production. Or get Young Wicked to produce that whole shit by him fucking self with Monoxide. And then get Draven to produce the rock project with Madrox. Bundle that shit together. Double album. Fire. Do it. I'd like to see solo albums from both them in 2020. That'd be fucking fresh. Thank you for tuning in. That's going to wrap it up for me this week. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. I'm Rome Bone of the Beneath the Dirt podcast. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.